Thousands of Cape Town minstrels are set to captivate the city tomorrow. For more on this, I'm joined from our Seapoint studio by Kaapse, Klopse Carnival Associations, Muneeb, Gambeno and Troupe owner Ziyaad Williams. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News this evening. Can you describe to us what exactly is happening tomorrow and where that tradition came from?
Thank you for having us. Good evening to your viewers. Tomorrow we are hosting the largest cultural event on the African continent, known as the Klopse Karnival, as we've renamed it in recent years, the Cape Town Street Parade. The tradition stems back to the time of slavery at the Cape, where our ancestors used to celebrate an acute form of emancipation on the 2nd of January, when they got the day off, by song and dance and of course enjoying traditional foods. And after the abolition of slavery in 1834, minstrelsy came about, particularly during the years 1860 and 1890, when the first American minstrel troops toured through Cape Town. And then was the start of colorful outfits and the colorful makeup that we wear today. But all in all, Cape Town is a buzz. People have been camping out in the CBD for weeks, we were told earlier on site. And we're just very excited to host Cape Townians and of course visitors to the city to usher in this new year in a uniquely Cape Town fashion.
Ziyaad, how much preparation takes place to get the troops ready and what kind of numbers are we talking about?
Hi, good evening. Thank you for hosting us once again. The preparations, it takes 12 months for us to prepare our troop to get it on the street for tomorrow, to be in the year. The numbers in our troops, we've got 800 members, strong members within our troop, and we all up and ready for tomorrow and to open the street parade.
Mm-hmm. Muneeb, there's been...
We are also...
Mm-hmm. No, please continue. My apologies for interrupting. Continue.
Yeah, we are also the first troop that will be opening the street parade tomorrow, like on time, like every year. When the street parade open, we're always on time, so it will be open. We will open the street parade on time tomorrow.
Great. So, Muneeb, there have been complaints about the increasing costs of tickets. I think it's around 15 Rand more, and there's also the issue around a so-called VIP ticket.
Yeah, our prices have not increased that much. We've increased the access tickets to the stadia events by 10 Rand. And for the last 3 years, there's been stagnant pricing. But that relates to the stadia events. Tomorrow's event is an all-inclusive, open event. It's free to the public. It's free to enter. It's free to participate. We've got stakeholders who support us and who sponsor us. We've got 2 corporate sponsors, MTN and Samsung, and the City of Cape Town and the Western Cape government supports this event. So to that extent, it's a free event. Again, it's the stadia events that's ticketed, and those tickets have been priced at 60 Rand as opposed to 50 Rand of last year.
Okay. So, Ziyaad, take us through what it takes to be part of a troupe. How does one become part of one? And what exactly you have to do for the whole day?
Well, basically, to be part of the troupe, it's an amazing thing to be part. I was born into this, and to be part of it, it's great. What we do is, once you get your uniform and you put it on, your face get painted, you all up and ready to just dance with the troupe and enjoy yourself with the troupe.
Mm-hmm. Is it quite an expensive endeavor to do? I mean, you have to get costumes, you have to get the makeup. I think there's sometimes umbrellas as well and other props that you have as you are part of that troupe.
Well, basically, as a troupe owner, we have a sponsor, and most of our costumes we give away for a very low price to our kids. Our kids come from all over the Cape Flats, so they come here to join the troupe, hardly with no money. So, like I say once again, our little sponsor we've got makes that we can give our costumes to our kids for as little as 100 Rand a costume.
Muneeb, it's my understanding that this event is normally on the 2nd of January and the date has been moved. Talk us through why that is.
Well, the 2nd of January this year coincided with the commencement of the Muslim Sabbath, the Jummah, or the Friday prayers. And to that extent, we simply couldn't host it on the 2nd or hold the event on the 2nd. We've moved it to the first next available day, which is tomorrow. And in our view, that is in keeping with our traditions and in showing respect to our Muslim communities who participate in the event. The same principle applies if the 2nd of January coincides with a Sunday. We would also not have it on that day, but on the next available day, which would then be a Monday, the 3rd of January. But all in all, this has been canvassed before the decision was made, and people are generally happy and respectful of it. And again, it does not dilute the historical or the traditional aspects of the event. People are geared up and excited, and we're ready to celebrate this acute form of emancipation that I referred to earlier on. We come into the city and we reassume spaces that we typically don't have access to because of very difficult socio-economic conditions on the Cape Flats. And as I said, people come and they camp out in the CBD for weeks prior to the event simply to participate in the excitement and, of course, the sense of freedom.
Mm-hmm. There's about around 100,000 people who are expected to turn out and watch. And I'm glad you brought up the issue of claiming space or reclaiming certain spaces, particularly given that history that you outlined. Do you ever have discussions about how beyond on this day, that reclamation of space and allowing people to feel at home in different spaces where they previously weren't allowed and may not still be welcome, even though it's not explicitly said now, can be done?
Look, our attitude to all of this is to understand the intrinsic value that this carnival has in order to unlock those opportunities for our people. And the truth is, the ordinary man, woman, child on the Cape Flats is not really interested in the politics of it all. They're interested in feeding themselves, in surviving. And this carnival provides an opportunity to unlock economic opportunities for our people. It's also a carnival that allows us to direct our young kids, our girls and our boys away from the scourges of gangsterism and drugs towards something that is more wholesome. At these Klopse, as we call it, or clubs, they find fraternal bonds, they find friendship, they find a home meal, and of course they find education. And with education comes improvement of their conditions and hopefully an opportunity to find aspiration in others who have found themselves in similar conditions before and who's been able to become upwardly mobile and of course break through those barriers in order to access whether it be physical spaces or economic spaces that they weren't welcome to or didn't have access to, or any other space for that matter.
Thanks both so much for your time on SABC News this evening. Kaapse Klopse Carnival Associations, Muneeb Gambeno and Troupe owner Ziyaad Williams joining us live from our Cape Town studio there. Thanks so much for your time this evening.